Johnny, get your gun, get your gun, get your gun.
What's up, people? Last time we did something new and kind of crappy, so I figured this time we'd do something old and good. So yeah, this film is Johnny Got His Gun from 1971. This film was made by a guy named Dalton Trumbo, and what's interesting is not only did he direct and write it, but he also wrote the book in which it was originally based on, and that type of thing doesn't happen too often. The title of this film, Johnny Get Your Gun, is a reference to a 1917 song called Over There. It was written by George M. Cohen, and it was a World War I patriotic song for the soldiers, pretty much. It was also made famous in the 1942 film Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Johnny, get your gun, get your gun, get your gun.
Take it on the run, on the run, on the run.
So anyone using their not-so-common sense should be able to presume from the title that this is some sort of anti-war movie. Like all good movies, this one starts with an explosion! I think this clip will sum up the beginning of the movie far better than I could ever explain it.
How did you get him so quickly?
A medical team heard the shell coming in. Apparently, he did too. Chest and belly practically unmarked. Curious how they always double up in the fetal position.
What's curious about it? They're trying to protect their genitals.
Well, this young man unfortunately succeeded.
One part of his brain that has escaped damage is the Medula Oblongata.
Ooh, thanks for picking the next song for me. Our main character is Joe, and he's just signed up for the military to go into World War I. His girlfriend urges him not to go, but he uses the excuse that his friends have already signed up and he's going to be drafted anyways. That obviously doesn't seem like the best idea, but if he didn't go, we wouldn't have a movie. In a nutshell, this story is about Joe realizing what has happened to him. The artillery shell blew off all his limbs, his face, his eyesight, his mouth, his ears. He's basically just a conscious inside of a body that can't really interact with the outside world. And it's about him coming to terms with this and how everyone treats him.
I can feel the blood pumping through my veins, but I can't hear the pulse in my ears. When you can't hear your own pulse, you're deaf. You're deaf, Joe. I'm deaf. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just dreaming.
I just want to throw this out there, you don't get to see his face. But this is a good thing, it's not relevant. I just don't want you anticipating it throughout the whole film. And through the cinematography and dialogue and everything else, you get sucked deeper into the depths of Joe's head than you ever would have been able to do by seeing some stupid rubber bloody mask thing or something, you know? The viewer has a very interesting perspective in this film. We are the only ones who are able to hear Joe's thoughts and what's going on in the room. The movie starts in Joe's present day, in the hospital room, in black and white. As the story progresses, we are shown numerous flashbacks and dream sequences, and they are all in color. I really like the juxtaposition of the color and the black and white images, and I think it's pretty obvious what Trumbo is trying to get across about Joe's life experiences before and after the war. It's nice because they seem to cover a lot of details and a lot of the questions that the viewer might ask, so it's nice that they get that out of the way.
The cerebrum has suffered massive and irreparable damage. Had I not been sure of this, I would not have permitted him to live.
And then we can just properly continue on with the story. Some parts can be kind of cheesy, like when Joe is realizing that he has no arms and legs.
You've cut off
The
my
tissues
arm.
are well opposed.
My arm.
Remove the rest.
Oh my God! Why did you do a
Then
thing like
recleanse
that?
the
I
wound.
need that arm.
But the movie gets a lot better, so we can let it slide. One of my favorite scenes, but also one of the worst, is when he's coming to the realization that he has no face. You hear him talking inside of his head, and he's feeling between what's wet and what's not, and this movie, it made me feel really uncomfortable.
I feel out where it's dry. Feel. Yes, I'm feeling. The dry edges of the hole go up. Up. No eyes. I haven't got any eyes or mouth or teeth or tongue or nose. I haven't got anything, but my whole face is scooped out. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's me and I'm alive. Oh, no, it can't be. Not me. I can't live like this. I can't. Please, no, I can't. I can't. Help me. Somebody please help me. Mother, where are you? Help me, Mother. I'm having a nightmare and I can't wake up.
It made me feel really uncomfortable, but it's good because most crap that I watch doesn't make me feel anything. So in a way, they're good uncomfortable feelings. I really like the young nurse that Joe begins to connect with. I don't want to give too much away in this movie, but I think this is one of the strongest points of the film, is watching these two people find a way, if any, that they can connect to each other. So when we don't see Johnny in the hospital, he's either having a dream sequence or a flashback. In these, we spend time with his girlfriend Kareem, his father, and Jesus. This movie has a lot of really relevant quotes and really important things to say.
What is democracy?
It's got something to do with young men killing each other, I believe.
Yeah, there's some creepy stuff with the dad, but I'm not sure what the filmmaker's trying to say with this.
Put your arms around me. I need their warmth to keep the chill of death away.
So, take of it what you will. The one with Jesus, where he tries to help Joe figure out when he's awake and when he's dreaming, is pretty cool.
Then just force your eyes open, and the dream will be gone.
Oh, I can't open my eyes. I haven't got any.
Well, that complicates things.
But then it jumps off the deep end a little bit. Like this shot of Jesus hanging out of this train that's taking the dead people to hell or something. He's like taking the souls off. It's a soul train. I guess it's a soul train? You might recognize some of this footage from a video by Metallica for their song called One.
It is impossible for a decelebrated individual to experience pain, pleasure, memory, dreams, or thought of any kind. This young man will be as unfeeling, as unthinking as the dead until the day he joins them.
They did some cool stuff with the clips from this movie, but at the end of the day, it's a Metallica video. Apparently there's like a play filmed version of this movie from 2008 or so, but I could not find a copy. All I could find was negative reviews of it, so I guess I'm not missing much. So I really liked this movie. I thought the black and white parts really outshine the color ones, but it's still pretty entertaining all the way through. Johnny Got His Gun is not a movie for everyone. Yes, I really enjoyed it, but I can see lots of people not. Some really heavy themes going on about humans and our behavior. In layman's terms, it's just pretty fucked up. At some point, I just found myself completely engulfed within this movie, just clinging to the main character's every word. This movie just really hit a note with me. I felt really connected to our main character. I don't think another movie's made me feel like this one since maybe Requiem for a Dream, where by the end of it, I am just glued to the screen on the edge of my seat, half disgusted, half intrigued. I'm not exactly sure how this movie makes me feel. All I know is that it's that I couldn't look away. I can see it giving some people the feeling of being
depressed, isolated, or insignificant.
You know, kind of like watching Fox News. But as messed up as this movie is, I think it's totally worth a watch because it's definitely something you won't forget. Supposedly this type of thing has never happened to a person, but it seems fairly plausible, especially in that day and age. I think the author did a really good job. Just the little things like how Joe comes to know the time of day by feeling the warmth of the sunlight through the window. It really goes to show that the author spent a really long time putting himself in this mindset and conveying it into the story. I feel it's really well done and really effective. So yeah, Johnny Get His Gun. It's on instant Netflix right now, so either get an account or just make a friend with one and steal their login information. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Peace out.